lying under a tree. I was over there, and then I stopped. There's my motorcycle over here somewhere. I'm lying down. My back is hurting. But anyway, so I saw a whole bunch of motorcycles here. So I stopped and I went in there because it says Uber. Still says Uber. So I go in and I try to get a bottle of water, just gas water. And she says, she can sell it to me, but I have to eat it outside. I have to drink it outside. I can't drink it inside where there's air conditioning. Why is that? Well, we close at 3. Well, it's 2:45. So it's like dealing with City Hall. When they close at 3:30 or 4 o'clock and they start getting ready at 2, you can't really start anything at 2. In Philadelphia years ago. But in any event, so there's a whole bunch of motorcycles lists in there. There's like 3 or 4 bikes out here, but not now, they're gone. So she sells me the water and I have to sit out here. Meanwhile, the sign says Uber. I don't know what they're doing in there between 3 and 5, or 2:45 and 5. They're just sitting around waiting to open. What would they be doing? I have no idea. This is in the middle of nowhere. I mean, look where I am. This is just on the road. There's nobody here except for people that drive by. And everybody who drives by for 2 hours is not going to be able to stop. And that's the French way. I think it's the Italian way too. It's why these countries, they have no innovation. They have there's nothing happening. It's always closed. And breakfast, they close that at 10, I think. So they're at 10, you can't eat breakfast. So for 2 hours between 10 and 12, you can't go in there. And then between 3 and 5, you can't go in there, apparently. And in the major cities, it's between 3 and 7. And they complain that they don't make any money. They don't work. But in any event, here's this wonderful tree. See all these dead leaves or husks? You would think that they would be seeds in there, but maybe there are, maybe there aren't. But anyway, look at this magnificent tree. The same aesthetic in these leaves. It kind of looks like a weeping willow, doesn't it? Actually, it's weedy like a willow tree too. I bet you it is a willow of some sort, because willows live for 20 years and then they die, and this looks like a fast-growing tree, and you can see the stumps broken off, and new stumps pop up over there, new branches, leaders, which is like a willow. So willows are beautiful, but they're dirty. A lot of work, and then they're dead. And down here, I could have turned the camera on, but you know, I can turn the camera on anytime. There was some really dramatic views. And you know, I mean, this is, I'm right, that's the Mediterranean right there. I'm on the west side of Corsica, headed down to, where am I headed to? Oh, Porto. If you look in the Garmin thing, the Garmin, the first Porto is at Porto. It's 12,400 kilometers away. They give you one in a different country first. And then if you say want to go to Porto Otto, which is the real name, they can't find it. But if you say Porto, they can find it. Now there's an update that comes across, and if I hook up the Garmin to Wi-Fi, which I can do through my phone in a personal hotspot, but they say it'll take 3 hours to download the updates. Yeah, it's crazy. Google is real time. I mean, there's no updates. You're looking at, you know, it's live. You can download maps if you want. So, you know, it has you know, routing notions. If it has a map, the routing notions come down with the map. I mean, the map isn't what takes 2 gigabytes. It's the routing that goes with the maps. You know, a map is just a picture, for Pete's sake. So, Garmin is apparently been studied by who? Oh, by Matt Hunter when he went to business school as one of the failed companies. How companies fail. You know, they owned it. They owned the whole thing. You know, IBM owned everything, and then IBM became so proud of itself. You had to wear a white shirt, a starched white shirt, and a blue suit, and then you go in and you pretend you knew what you were doing. Eileen worked for Anderson. The first day she worked for Anderson, they told her on Friday, "What do you know about manufacturing?" She said nothing. They said, "Learn about it over the weekend. Your first client is blah blah." She went there to consult. She didn't know squat. But the funny thing is that you don't really have to know a whole lot about dysfunction in a company. You know, as long as you got a head on your shoulders for systems, you can see the dysfunction all over the place. People, you know, it's funny. People's problems, the solutions to the problems aren't unknown to them. They're just not acceptable to them. I keep saying that over and over again. And so you hire a consultant to tell you you've got a problem, and then you do something about it. But you don't do something about it till somebody tells you, get off your ass and do something about it. That's the way human beings work. Oh, but that's about to go away with ChatGPT because there will be no idiots. You know, there'll always be the rational decision made. These people are waving to me. Motorcyclists, we're all, you know, together, and they're all intelligent. They've got good jobs and they're smart people. You know, they don't believe that ivermectin cures cancer and whatever else it cures. My friend who's dying, 2 friends are dying from cancer because now it's closed, Ferme. 3:15, they finally put the Ferme sign on. It took 15 minutes for them to do that. They closed 15 minutes early, and then it took a half hour to put the close sign on the door. But they have a quality of life. So, I'm so thirsty, I should have gotten 2 bottles. I could drink water all day long, but I'm only a half hour away from my place. I just took 3 ibuprofen, 600 milligrams, so my back. Some days my back hurts and some days my back doesn't hurt, and I can't figure out why. Oh, God. So now I'm just lying down, you know, on this wall here. Here comes the motorcycle. Which way? Oh, no, it's a car. No, no. Oh, it's a car with a bad cylinder. And look at the smoke coming out of there. That's a valve. He's got a bad valve. And he knows it and he doesn't care, and it's just throwing black smoke out. And the funny thing about the French is that they're so electric conscious, but they have restaurants that have open doors and air conditioning, and you can feel when you go by the restaurant the cold air just flowing out of the restaurant, and the compressor is going all the time. But meanwhile, in your hall lights in your hotel room, if you don't move around a whole lot and you take too much time putting your key in, the lights go out. So they're saving a penny watts, and then they have the doors open for the air conditioning. So that's that.